Okay, so today I got a little bit of a different video. I separated in a folder every single skill or super attack, whatever, that is not in a playable character currently in the game, but we have in the files. So the files are brought by L. He is a data miner that I know is data mining this game and has all the assets and stuff in a folder that's public access, so you yourself, you can access the folders. He has on his profile a link to it. You can take a look at all the assets in the game. Like, mostly these are for like YouTubers if we want an asset and we want to use it for a thumbnail and stuff, but if you want it for yourself, you can have it. Also, another thing is, I'm pretty excited for this. This is not part of the video, I just want to say there's new season pass coming up, which I'm very interested about. I hope it's good. If it's good, I'll buy it. But yeah, in the folder we can see all the skills, and again, lots of these you recognize that are stuff that has in the story mode, but we don't have a playable character with it, which is very interesting. But lots of these we don't even have them in the story mode. We just don't have them at all, but they are in the files. But one that is very particular that is in story mode but we don't have a playable character with is Demon Hendrickson. I have his skill right here, and it's interesting because we got Melascula in our story mode and pretty much instantaneously we got her summonable, but Demon Hendrickson, we still don't have him summonable, which is really weird, but just putting it out there. So let me open it up. And yeah, start by the top. Elioni, this might be an enemy, but we don't have this as a playable character. I just put him in here because I was putting anyone anyways. Arthur, this pretty much confirms that we might get another Arthur if this is not another story mode character. But this is pretty interesting because the Arthur that we have is already pretty good, but I'll see another one. Bond, you can see we have 3 different bonds. Let me open it up, let me put a zoom into it. And again, these are stuff that we don't have in any playable character. I took a deep look at every playable character and compared if they had the skills, and none of them had. So these are pretty much the nunchucks abilities. They look pretty similar to the ones that we have playable, but they're not the same. So it's pretty interesting. We're getting more Bond, but I mean, it's not a surprise. Bond has so many characters, which again, no surprise. He's like the second most main character, I would say, in the anime, like after Meliodas. The second like main deadly sin, I would say, because he's like Meliodas' best friend or something. But yeah, Kang, I'm almost sure I've seen him on story mode with using these abilities, but it would be interesting to see him as a playable character. The only Kang we have is an SR that is pretty much fodder for extra attack. He has the skill that increases attack by 15%, I think, on raids or something like that. And pretty much everyone just uses him as fodder for that. So it would be interesting to see if we get a good Kang that would actually be useful for something else. We have like a lot of big DN abilities. Like, I confirm these are not in like a playable character. So we have these pretty two similar ones. And I have this Smash one right here. This one also has a pretty similar one, but it's not the same picture, so I did pick her out. And we have this one that is, she's dancing. It's interesting to say the least. But yeah, big DN, lots of big DNs. So you can see you're probably gonna get like 3 or 4 of them, new ones eventually. So it's also pretty cool. New Elizabeth and Hawk, as you can see, there's a Hawk ability. I doubt they would ever give us a solo Hawk card. It would be cool, but we don't have that. And it says in the name Elizabeth and Hawk right here. Also, now this is where it gets interesting. Powered up Elizabeth. This is an attack skill, and this looks sick. Like the next picture you see better. This looks sick. I really want to see a full power Elizabeth. That would be cool. Like, the Elizabeths that we have are good, but they're mainly healers. But Elizabeth, like, now starting with Season 3, we get to see that past Elizabeth was super strong. Like, she was super OP. And, you know, if the game can get some really OP Elizabeths, that would be cool. But we don't have good Elizabeths in the game. Like if we take a look at the Elizabeths that we have a lot as well. Elizabeth and Hawk, we have like cool, really good Elizabeth and Hawks. We have like pretty good solo Elizabeths as well. But the ones that are solo Elizabeths are mainly healers. And I think it's lost potential. Oh, but this is the title. So, Escanor. So we have this Escanor skill, which is really cool. You can see his armor, his gold armor. So this is when he fights Estarossa. This has to be, and I'm telling you, this has to be New Year's. I am 99% sure the New Year's banner is gonna be Escanor and Estarossa, the dual units in the banner, because they like to release 2 units in each banner, right? So the 2 units are gonna be Escanor and Estarossa. Or they could make Escanor a coin shop unit, and the banner could be Estarossa. I'm hoping I'm pronouncing his name right. I'm terrible with names. And Zeldrick. That would be so hype. But we don't have any cards for Zeldrick and Estarossa in the files, I'm sorry. We don't. But Escanor we have. And also an interesting thing is this. Merlin and Escanor. Now the thing is that lots of people have been saying this has to be a Merlin alt, because Merlin is sending Escanor. And that would be so cool, because the one Escanor we have does not have a fate with Merlin yet. So that means we're gonna get a new Merlin that can link with Escanor. And the alt for Merlin will be to bring out Escanor and use Escanor to attack the enemy. That would be so cool. But one thing I don't know is, it says here, right? Skill Escanor Merlin. Does the first name mean the ultimate or the second? I'll check that out real quick and be right back. Okay, so I'm here and actually, the first name is the character. As you can see, this is the ultimate for Meliodas and Merlin, and Meliodas' name comes first. Meliodas, Merlin. King Fat, Helbram. King Dien. Helbram, Gustav. Like, the first name is the one using the ultimate. So this will be new Escanor's ultimate. He calls Merlin. Alright, so that confirms it. I mean, that could still be technicality, but that is pretty cool, because L didn't change these names. L just puts the names in the files as they are. So that is really cool. That is really cool right there. This is new Escanor's ultimate. He calls it Merlin. It could have been like either way, right? It could have been Merlin calling Escanor 100%, because like from the show, you know. But anyways, that seals the deal. That's new Escanor's ultimate. New phrase, I don't care. But new Galland. This is a new Galland skill. This is not the Galland that we have, which is really cool. Galland, I feel like he was pretty shafted in this game. Not like the unit wise, because the unit is really good. But like I don't know. Galland released just to be destroyed by Escanor. I feel like Galland was really strong in the show, and just having him have type disadvantage over Escanor just was really annoying. Like you can't use Galland anymore on PvP. I don't know, I feel like Galland deserves another card, because he was really scary when he came out in the show. He was destroying everyone. But yeah, Gold Gears, I really don't care. But Griamore, we're getting a new Griamore skill. Again, I checked, this is not in any of the playable Griamores. Gila, again, not in any of the playable Gilas, which is pretty cool. I like Gila in the show. I think she's pretty waifu. She is waifu material. New Gustav, which is cool. We only have one Gustav, which is an SR. He's pretty good, by the way. If you really have not invested into him, he's pretty good. He's a coin shop SR. You can only acquire him in the coin shop. For the R coin shop, you buy the SR coin for him. But it's pretty cool. New Helbram. As if I don't already see Helbram enough in the game. Oh my god. And now we got to the Demon Hendrickson right here. These 3 skills are from his enemy in story mode. Again, I really want to see him as a playable character. He looks really cool to use. He has these 2 AoE abilities. Like this one seals healing, I think, and this one, I could be getting it wrong, but this one hits really hard. Like again, a playable Demon Hendrickson would be really cool. And again, another of his attacks right here. These are other 2 Hendrickson, normal Hendricksons, which are pretty cool. The one normal Hendrickson we have is okay, you know. We could use a new Hendrickson, just saying. This guy, I really don't care, but it is something that we don't have as playable. New Jericho, again, Jericho, very big waifu material, so I'll take that for sure. Jillian, also waifu material, but we don't get to see her enough in the game, so these are stuff that we don't have. The only card we have of her is an SR, so that would be cool if she got a good card. Jude, I don't really care too much. King, so this King right here, right? This King card right here, we got a Fat King that has the exact same card. I can bring it up. Like, I can bring it up real quick. So, the new Fat King, his card, yeah, it's the same card, but this one's Skinny King. So, I don't know if, I don't know what happened there, but just pointing it out. Oh, isn't this it? No. Is this the other card the King has? No, the other card the King has is a healing card. But yeah, again, pretty interesting. This is another Skinny King card. Another Fat King, different Fat King, not the one that we have new. This guy right here, Marmas. Matrona, again, a playable character in story mode and enemy, but we don't have her as a playable character in our deck, right? We can play her in story mode, but we cannot actually play with her as like in PvP and stuff, so... oh yeah, new Demon Meliodas. So this is interesting. This Demon Meliodas we don't have, and I would not be shocked if they took a while to release him, because we just got Blue Demon Meliodas, and I doubt they would make a new Demon Meliodas so shortly after, especially considering Blue Demon Meliodas is so good. Like, if they made this Demon Meliodas, they would have to make him better than Blue Demon Meliodas. You know how difficult that would be? You know, he's already really good, you know? So I doubt this Demon Meliodas is going to come out anytime soon. So don't worry much about that. Oh yeah, the new Merlin I was talking about. So we have these cards for Merlin right here. So, again, Merlin, she already has a very fantastic card in Green Merlin, but they could totally make this an SR Merlin. Like, these cards could be SRs. Oh, it says SSR. But this card could be an SR. Why does it say SSR here? Interesting. Huh. But yeah, this card could be an SR, you know? It would be really cool to see some of these as SR characters, because SR characters are still good, you know? But just having another Merlin would be nice. But the one that we already have is really good. This seems to be like an attack type Merlin, while the freeze Merlin is for freeze, and the other Merlin is pretty much for taking off ult gauge and shield. So an attack Merlin would be interesting. Ruin, again, I don't care too much. Simon, interesting because we only have a rare Simon, so a new Simon would be nice. Slater, I'm almost sure this is the Slater that we fight in his stage, but I'm not completely sure. But it would be cool seeing him as a playable character. And Twigo and Arrowman. So this is pretty much it. Main point is Escanor. Ooh, I really want to see it. Like, I already like the current Escanor. Don't think I want a replacement for him. But gold armor Escanor, I want him. I want to use the gold armor. But yeah, thank you guys for watching.